We certainly should think about these companies more. I mean, China has a very decided plan to create, their equivalent of multinational corporations. They call them global champions. And there are several of these that they're working on, the ones that you mentioned that are on this new list, Sinopec, China National Petroleum, and the power producer, State Grid. These companies are moving quickly and expanding quickly as well. And they have a fundamental place in the marketplace. There's no two ways about that. And they do have competitive advantages by being sort of under state control. In terms of the competitiveness angle, I don't think it's really a competitive challenge for the United States. It's more a fairness challenge for the United States in that because these companies have ties to the Communist Party and are basically effectively run by the state government, they have tremendous ability to integrate horizontally across the Chinese system, to draw resources, to draw support. So when they're in a competitive bid against a Western firm, that's standing on its own, it's not really necessarily a fair competition. There was a good example of this some years ago in the Australian competition for the purchase of Rio Tinto, and where the Chinese company just had, sort of unfair advantages. I think why people don't talk about these companies as much is precisely also because of these, shall we say, PR problems. With that state linkage and often the lack of transparency that comes with that, there's a lot of questioning about what these firms' motivations are. Are they, engaged in practices, for example, some of China's state-owned technology and telecommunications companies where they would be providing, the Chinese government with an ability to investigate routers, things of this nature. So that's the real problem that they're having in terms of their branding. And it's a struggle that they have. On the one hand, they're being instructed by the Communist Party to get out and establish this sort of reputation and act like a multinational corporation. On the other hand, they're trying to do that with sort of one hand tied behind their back, which I think is very frustrating for those state firms.